Hello and welcome back to Everlasting Summer. I hope you've been enjoying it. So last time I accidentally pressed forward twice when I was trying to save the game and figure out exactly how to do that. And it was Slavia! Yay! Okay. It was Slavia, dressed in a tracksuit. This girl would probably look good in anything. Pioneer uniform, bikini, probably even a spacesuit. Hey there. Oh, hi-yo, I mean, Wasu, good morning, yeah. Ha, yeah, real smooth. Why didn't you come for breakfast? I overslept. I said it as if I was proud about it. But Olga gave me some sandwiches. Oh, great then, don't forget about the lineup. Yeah, sure. As if I could forget. Right, I gotta run. Oh, right, I gotta run, enjoy yourself. She waved goodbye to me and disappeared around the path's bend. Looks like it's a couple of minutes until lineup. I should quickly pass by home to drop off my washing bag and eat the sandwiches, and then head to the square. Swung open the door of the camp leader's cabin and rushed aside, as if jumping to the last car of a departing train. It didn't turn out to be the best idea because inside I found Olga. Whoa, was changing, yay! Don't look. I froze on the spot, trying not to breathe. Don't look, don't look. Finally, camp leader noticed me. Semyon? I looked away immediately. Have you not heard of knocking? Don't get out! Okay. I assume it was black because I know there's an H content pack on this and I don't want that. I know some people want that and you can go get that on their website. Probably the same website I linked in the description of every video. If you really need that in order to enjoy this, I'm not one of those people. But I assume that's why it was black screen instead of something else. Yeah, that was real clumsy. Although I did enjoy the sight of pure blackness. Olga followed me out in a minute. Here, take this. Now it is your home too. She handed me a key. I put it in my pocket. Home. Of course, if you described the how fantastical the current events were, the camp was far from being the worst place on Earth, but to call it a home, just after one day spent here, I doubt I'll ever be able to do so. Alright, let's go, we're late. So, what about the sandwiches? Just eat them on the way, you idiot. Why do you keep saying stupid things? Why are you such an idiot? Oh my goodness. We were passing along the lines of the pioneers' cabins when I was tucking into the ham sandwich. That's a weird way of phrasing it. And Olga kept talking and talking. She was buzzing like a game of Operation with Parkinson's. Wow, that is grade A effort there, if you think of that metaphor. But I cared about nothing but the food. Understood? Huh? You weren't listening. Of course I wasn't listening. I'm eating. Do you not know what people do who are horrible at multitasking when they are eating? Sorry. Today is the first day of your new life as a pioneer, and you should do your best so that it becomes a happy life. Yeah, definitely. I'm serious. A pioneer has many duties, great responsibilities conferred upon to him. To participate in social work, to help his juniors, and to study and study again. Well, we here are all like one big happy family. And you will become a part of it. Yeah, a part. I even seen a party membership card. I'd even sign a party membership card if you could save me from listening to this nonsense. I hope that after your term here is over, you'll keep the most pleasant memories about our camp. Memories that will last your whole life. And when will this term end? Why do you keep asking silly things? Seems I won't get any information from her. Can you just answer the question? A shame, really. The world appears to be so friendly, but it never bothered to introduce itself to me. Perhaps now I can take things somewhat easier than yesterday. It seems like I have some unspoken ceasefire with it. It isn't trying to hurt me, but I'm forbidden from asking questions. Of course, the situation isn't a pleasant one, but what can I do about it? A bad peace is better than a good dispute. The most important thing for you now is to make the best of your time you will spend here. I'll do my best. Honestly, I was very tired of this conversation. It would be good to know where here is, but we're moving on. Moving on. End the conversation we're all so tired of. We came to the square. The pioneers were already lined up. What, is somebody not here yet? Is it me? Nope, all here. She looked around at her brave pioneer troops. Alright, go stand somewhere. Weird. Why did she tell me that when there are no more sleeping places? This is literally everyone. While the chief was running her mouth about her plans for the week, I stared at the people. A few heads away from me stood Electronic, and a little further Lena and Slavia, and at the end of the line, Viola and Alisa. Everyone I had met was there, except that girl with the glasses. I don't think I've met her. Olga spoke about some competitions, and I turned my attention to the monument. And I could not remember any revolutionary with similar name. He had a weird posture too, as if he was looking around with distrust, maybe contempt, or even disdain. Maybe probably some local leader. Daydreaming again. Slavia brought me back to reality. Olga stood nearby. Still remember the plan for the week? The plan? I'll never forget the plan. Perfect. She looked at Slavia. I think I was joking. Did he bring it? Yeah. Yes. Oh, are we gonna commit terrorist act or something? I don't know. I feel as though there's something really suspicious about this plan. Slavia handed me a piece of paper. It's a checklist. Here are 4 tasks to check off. Do it all today. Before you start, sign up for a club. There are some clubs in the clubhouse and a musical club in a separate building. Then visit the infirmary. And finally, visit the library. Got it? Yeah. The checklist seemed to be a good chance to find out something since I had to go to places I haven't been before. Come on, start right now. What about lunch? Don't worry, I'll bring you more sandwiches. The checklist is more important. Good luck. They departed too fast for me to ask anything else. Missed breakfast now I'll miss lunch too. Great, this ain't good. Maybe I'll manage in time somehow. Lunch starts at 1 p.m. Then again, if I go there, I might miss a place on the checklist. Okay, it's too early to go to the canteen anyways. If I have to get everything done today, doesn't that mean I have the afternoon after lunch too? I'm just saying. Oh, I get to make choices now. I'll be a good little camper and just go to the clubhouse. I went to the clubhouse. To tell the truth, I never really liked extracurricular activities. At school, I used to find any excuse to skip extra classes. At university, I had no interest in participating in the student council. I wasn't interested in boxing, aero modeling, or sewing. So I came here just to check off the box. Nobody was there. I found myself in something like a hut of a junior robot enthusiast. There were wires and simple printed circuits scattered everywhere, chips, and on the table stood proudly an oscillograph. I heard the voices from another room, then 2 pioneers approached. Oh my goodness, another male. Oh my goodness. One was electronic, the other one I didn't know. Oh, hi Semyon, we've been expecting you. Seems like he knows everything about everyone. Why were you expecting me? Well, of course, because you came to show up to sign up for our cybernetics club, didn't you? He didn't let me answer. And this is Shurik. He's in charge here. I assume there's only 2 of you in this club, then? Well, you can say that it's 3 now. Shurik came up to me and certainly offered his hand. His face was somewhat familiar. Welcome to the let's see, voice. I can actually give the male ones a variety of voices, so I might as well. Welcome to the club. Yeah, I think that'll fit him. Welcome to the club. Yep. Now, I'll show you around. Make yourself at home. Guys, I just wanted to... let's welcome the new members. He said it in such a way that the anthem of the Soviet Union suddenly started playing in my head. It's amazing. I even remembered the words. In the 1st grade, I had a textbook with the lyrics in the back. No, I just wanted you to sign my checklist. Yep, you sign up to the club. We'll sign your checklist. He grinned. I was getting ready for a long and boring argument, but then I heard someone enter. I looked back and saw Slavia, who was clearly following me.
Ah, Semyon, I hope they're not giving you any trouble.
She narrowed her eyes, looking at the future of the motherland's robotics industry. I know these two. They can. Well, I actually just need to get my checklist signed. I decided to take advantage of the situation.
No problem. Give it to me.
Slavia took the paper and marked it up for Shirk's. Marched up to Shirk.
Sign it.
Hold on, we're not done yet.
You're done. Sign it now.
She gave Shirk such a threatening look that it made him made him lose every possible objection. He wrote some squiggles on the checklist, and I thanked Slavia. Then I moved into a mellow mood. Well, that was underwhelming. Quite underwhelming indeed. How about the other club? The music club, a small, one-level building, was located some distance from the other camp buildings. I opened the door and entered without hesitation. There were enough instruments for a whole orchestra here, drums, guitar, and even piano. I'm not sure those three things would make up an orchestra, Semyon, but okay. I spent some time looking closely at every instrument, wanting to guess the time period they were from, but suddenly I heard crawling sound coming from underneath the piano. Girl, see something standing in for such a... Excuse me. Moving on. Who's there? Let's go. Come on. She tried to stand, but stopped her from doing so. Come on, okay. Hello, Hatsune Miku. I'm not surprised you're in the music club, Hatsune Miku, but, maybe you shouldn't do that in the future. I'd be very appreciative if you didn't do that in the future. She struggled out. Sorry, I scared you.
Oh, it's nothing. You got a checklist. You must be new here.
Yeah.
My name is Miku.
God. I was joking. Damn it, game! Why is it actually Hatsune Miku?
No, really, I'm serious. Nobody believes me, but that's my real name. My mother's Japanese. My dad met her when he was building, well, it wasn't him who was building, he's an engineer. And he was working on a nuclear power plant there, or a dam, or bridge, or whatever.
She was talking so fast, she swallowed half the words she tried to pronounce. I'm Semyon.
Great. Want to be in our club? It's only me here now, but it will be the two of us then. Do you play anything?
When I became antisocial, I bought a guitar and learned a few chords, but then I forgot about it, since I quit everything that required more than a couple hours to learn. Yeah, no, I wasn't planning to do anything like that, really.
Oh, it's okay, I'll teach you. Maybe a trumpet, for example. How about violin? I know it all, honestly.
There's no point in arguing with the orchestra girl, since Hatsune Miku, oh my goodness, since there's only another cascade of words waiting to blast at me. Hey, I'll think about it. Can you just sign it for now?
Yes. Just give it to me. Be sure to come around. I'll sing too. I'll sing you some Japanese folk songs, or maybe you're not interested in that.
Okay, is Hatsune Miku now folk songs? Oh my goodness. Something more contemporary. Sure, thanks. I gotta go now.
Of course. Come anytime.
Hatsune Miku. I don't know what to think about this. I'm starting to think that this really is a dream, and it's only Hatsune Miku because he's a big anime fan. That would actually sort of make sense in the context of the story. Otherwise, this is so fucking random. The end of her sentence stayed inside. It might be nice to hang around with a guitar in the evening, but in such company... we get to face even better company now. I turned to leave and came face to face with Alisa. She eyed me suspiciously. Why did you come? The checklist.
Got it signed?
Yeah.
Then move it.
No, what? Alisa went inside and I heard to leave the oh God, don't tell me she's I thought it was just Hatsune Miku in there. Fine, whatever. Library. Oh, I don't have time to go to the kitchen dining hall now. Crap. Okay, library. Actually, I love reading, but spending my days in a library under the current circumstances was well beyond my scope. So I better hurry up with the checkpoint. As I stepped inside, memory from my childhood emerged from my head. It was very vivid.
I'm 7 or 8 years old. I'm at the library with my mother while she's looking through the books I might need for my studies. I'm sitting at the corner looking through the collection of comic books. But then I didn't know why they had so many, or why I couldn't take some with me. The notion of collective property was something my mind hadn't grasped yet at that age. However, back then, the whole concept of property was pretty hazy to me. The memories seem even stranger now, while I was standing in this particular camp, where they might have managed to build communism in 3 years. Soviet symbolism was all over the place, and the shelves were full of related literature. Of course, I wasn't planning on reading any of these. Get acquainted with a full collection of books by Marx was the last thing on earth I would think of. Where's the librarian? I didn't spend much time looking for her. Hey, it's the Hoge girl. I looked closely, short hair, thick glasses, rather cute face. She's not snoring peacefully. I couldn't wake her up like that. I can wait. If she doesn't wake up in half an hour, maybe then I can just sit there. So I took a random book from the nearest bookshelf. Arthur Schopenhauer, The World as Will and Representation. I opened it roughly into the middle and started reading. The life of a man with its endless upkeep, wants, and suffering is to be regarded as the explanation and paraphrase of the procreative, i.e. the absolute claim of the will to live, and furthermore, is also the reason the man owes nature his death and thinks with anxiety of this debt. Is this not the evidence that our existence involves guilt? What? At any rate, we always exist, from time to time paying with death for our birth. We always exist and alternatively bear all the joy and sorrow of life, since neither of both can pass us without some effect that is a result of our stated will to live. Thus, the fear of death, which in spite of all the miseries life holds firmly to us, it is really elusive, but just as elusive is the impulse which has attracted us into it. The attraction itself may be seen objectively as the mutual longing glances of two lovers. They are the purest expressions of the will to live. It's in its affirmation, how gentle and tender it is. It wants happiness and quiet pleasure and mild joys for itself, for others, for all. Someone knocked on the door, interrupting me from this really weird book talking about the will to live and why lovers are an example of that. I closed the book and quickly put it back in its place. What a nice habit, knocking on the door. I should pick it up. It was Lena. Oh. Hi. I smiled. I just wanted to return a book. She had a copy of Gone with the Wind that I saw yesterday. Oh, Shenya's sleeping. I'll come back later. I'm awake. I turned around in surprise to look at her. She eyed me closely from behind her table. What is it you wanted? I need you to check here. Give it here. She quickly signed off on the paper and gave it back to me. She had this look on her face that made me want to keep quiet. Lena came up to return her book and I thanked Xenia and went out. Goodbye. Oh my goodness, I'm just running away, aren't I? Stop running away, Semyon. What's the point of visiting the infirmary? My health was fine. The fresh local air clearly did some good. I felt fresher than usual. You know, I imagine this checklist is just to get to know the campus a bit better, some important places. But I just have to visit it. I entered. A common infirmary. I think like my school's doctor's room. A middle-aged woman sat at the table with different colored eyes. Uh-oh. Oh god, this music. Why did it just... What? Oh, no. I'm apparently a child now. It's not okay. It's not okay. Obviously, she was a nurse. She gazed intently at me, assessing me while continuing to write something. Well, hello, Pioneer, said the nurse without being distracted from her work. Good afternoon, ma'am. I have something. Sit down, please. I looked around the room. On the couch. I sat down. Strip. No, what? No. She said all of that with an even tone. What for? To inspect, to auscultate, to check on your health, you know. By the way, my name is Violetta, but you can call me Viola. She turned to me. What are you waiting for? Strip? But I have no health issues. I've got this. I neatly gave her the paper. Later. She took the stethoscope off her neck, Seemed like she intended to probe me with it. Uh-oh. But then someone knocked on the door. Slavia, please save me, Slavia. The nurse answered unwillingly. Come in. In the moment, the door opened widely and electronic rushed in. Oh my goodness. Hello, I fell during the football game. Nonsense, of course. I'm okay, but Olga. There's a massive bruise under electronic's eye. You fell during the football game, and you got a bruise. You got a black eye from it. Okay. You're clearly being bullied, electronic. I doubt this could have been a football injury. Sit down, I'll have a look, she said to him. And you, pass me your checklist. The nurse quickly signed it and continued. If something hurts, come to me immediately, Pioneer. I decided not to answer and went out, closing the door behind me. Electronic can be the sacrifice for today. That nurse is surely something else. Finally, I got all the signatures. Now I had to go back to Olga Dmitriev and give it all to her. She was sitting in front of the cabin, reading a book. Doesn't look like a good role model for a perfect pioneer she was planning to turn me into. I wonder if her responsibilities extend to giving fiery speeches at the lineup, scolding Oyana, and getting involved in my moral, physical, and ideological growth. Here. I offered my checklist. She placed it in her pocket without even looking at the signatures. Great, I could have signed it myself without going anywhere. Perfect. So, did you meet our nurse? Yeah. For some reason, her question sent shivers down my spine. Which club have you signed up for? I didn't. I need to think first. That's a pity. It's vital for you to sign in somewhere tomorrow. Oh, of course, sure. Right. It's time to go to dinner. It was about time. I was getting hungry. I headed to the canteen together with Olga. I looked at the sky and noticed that the sun was already setting. On the porch stood Alisa, Electronic, Oyana, and Slavia. As we came up, I heard what they were talking about. And never call me Vache again, or you'll get another one. Oh, that's where his black eye came from. I didn't call you that. You're hearing things. He did. He did. I heard it all. You weren't even there. I was in the bushes. And she runs off. Come on, you guys, stop it. So it wasn't a football injury Electronic suffered earlier today. The nurse did a good job. I couldn't even see his black eye. Olga came in and asked him about the ruckus. What happened? Alisa and Chizkov. I didn't do anything. She shrugged with antipathy and went inside. Right, dinner time. I entered last. There weren't too many free seats left, and hopefully I don't have to sit next to her. There's a few free chairs near Alisa across the canteen, but I'd sooner survive a week or two than risk my head near her. There was also a seat near Oyana, and I'm not into traditional Chinese whatever crawls cuisine. Finally, a free chair near Miku. Looks like I'll have to pick my position. Mind if I sit here? Oh, okay, I don't get to choose. Fine. Oh, that was my choice anyways. Oh, yeah, sure. I don't mind. Yes, you can sit here. Hello, Hatsune Miku. What are you doing in Russia? Look, it's Buckwheat today. Do you like buckwheat and chicken? I don't like chicken. Not that well, it's not that I don't like it, but if you'd ask me, well, I prefer strong beef, ragout, hamburger, rump steak. Do you like rump steak? No, I'm not that picky about my food. God damn it, Hatsune Miku, you're messing up my talking. And that's the simple truth. 48 Kopecks, Leningrad, blah 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 blah. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ice. Green brands popular in late Soviet Union. Oh, is that so? But the desserts, they aren't really good here. I like ice cream. Do you like ice cream? I just love 48 Kopecks. And that one. Oh, sorry, keep talking about myself. Maybe you like Eskimo better. Dinner was starting to get on my nerves thanks to such company. I'm not the kind of person who gets to ignore someone who's talking to them. Even her. We're at the same table, after all. I once bought a waffle cone and started eating, but then you know what? I found a screw in there, a real screw. Can you imagine that? Or was it a boat? I don't really know. Screws are the things that you tie in a screwdriver, and most are the things that you tie in with a wrench, yeah? If there's a speeding contest going on, well, it'd be probably in the top 3 winners by now. Oh my goodness. Right? I'll be going. Enjoy your meal. I got up and headed outside. Oh, thank goodness. Why does this game just paint everyone as the most annoying people ever, too? That's another thing. Miku was saying something, but her words were drowned out by the crowd of loudly dining pioneers. Wait. Semyon, have you not connected the fact that there's a ton of damn pioneers in that room, yet somehow at lineup there was only like 6 people, and one of the like actually drawn characters that we see wasn't even there? I think Sluric or something. I went out and sat on the stairs, waiting for my dinner to settle down a bit. I just sat there and watched night falling. Everything's so lively here during the day. Kids laughing and yelling happily, fooling and running around, constant chatter, games going on, swimming on the beach. But after dark, the camp changes entirely. The sound of the day was swapped for silence, only now and then broken by the crickets chirping, or a night bird. The camp was going to sleep. In every shadow you could see things, maybe a ghost or a spirit of the forest or wild animal. A human being would be the last thing to expect. This is how it looked last night, and now. The locals followed their routine very strictly. In the day, the camp was theirs. In the night, it belonged to the forces of nature more than humans. Someone touched my shoulder. I looked back. Oh. Why? Let's go play cards. Cards? Yep, I invented a new game. A good one. Good? Like how? Well, first we gotta find the cards, then I'll tell you. Then we go find them. What's the problem? Only Olga has them, and she won't give them to me. Why so? Well, the last time when Olga and Slavia came onto the porch. Olga, Semyon just wanted to ask you about the possibility of getting playing cards. Actually, for what purpose? We invented a new game. Not we, you did. What game? I need the cards to show you. I don't like this. Well, if Semyon is with you, then perhaps it's okay. To be really honest. We'll go fetch them together, Olga. Oh, okay. Oh, I mean, why not? At least I get someone to talk to. If you don't mind. I mean, I clearly have to get the cards one way or another. Sure, let's go. We headed towards my cabin. Roughly halfway there, Slavia stopped. Hey, I just remembered there are cards in my cabin. Good timing. And where's that? It's just down this road, let's go. We reached a cabin that in fact looked more like a trailer. Just wait here for a minute, I'll be back. I took her a few seconds to come back. There, showed me a deck of pretty worn out cards. These must be marked in and out. That's unsportsmanlike. What happened to fair play? Tell me about it. It's hard to cheat when you don't know the rules. Shall we go? Let's go. On our way back, I decided to try to find out something. How long have you been here? In this camp? About a week. I see. And where did you come from? I'm from the north. And that is... the cold north. She looked at me and smiled. Looks like nobody in this camp is inclined to answer even the most innocent of questions. I tried to approach it from another angle. What do you like? What do you mean? Well, your hobbies. Oh, I like nature. Strange. She's not very talkative today for some reason. Nature, I see. Want to become a natural historian. More like a normal historian. I was always interested in our nation's history, so that's why I'm a good Soviet child. That would suit her well indeed. It appeared that among all the locals she was the only one who had nothing to hide. Well, probably. What if she came here just like me and simply could not trust anyone enough to tell? I tried testing the waters. And actually, that would be really interesting if there were other people in the same situation. That would mess up my scenario entirely. All my theories, I didn't even consider that. But then again, I think, therefore I feel, so even if she claims she has that situation, doesn't necessarily mean she's even real in the first place. In this situation, that's sort of an important thing to remember, I think. And why did you choose this camp? I didn't. My parents got a voucher for me from their work. Another failure. Well, if you could choose, it's nice here. I don't think I would choose some other place if I could. Here it's like it's like you are becoming another person. That wasn't how I saw it. What do you mean, another person? It's just that there's so many possibilities. You can learn so much, meet so many new, interesting people here. Now she started to sound like our chief, which raised a red flag for me. I decided to stop the questions for now. Don't try to convert me. I don't want to be a Soviet Union child. When we came back, Olga told Slavia, I just remember that the cards were at your place. It's okay, we got it. Good. Slavia and Olga went inside. I was going to follow, but someone grabbed my hand. Alisa. Her gaze sent a shiver down my spine, not a nice one. You want something? I asked carefully. You're going to play this stupid game? Yeah? Something wrong with that? It's just a card game. Nope, nothing. She's turning to leave, then slowly looked back and smiled. So, you play cards? A little? I couldn't figure out what she wanted. Durak, card game popular in the USSR, similar to President. I don't know what President is either, so... So, only Durak and that's it? As if you're a poker star. Well, yeah, technically. Then you don't have a chance. Why? Because! So you know the rules? Of course. Well then you'll have the upper hand. I could see why we would go on... I couldn't see why we'd go on talking and motions towards the door. Why do you keep trying to leave? Was there anything else you'd like to talk about? Let's make a bet. What do you mean? You're such a slow poke. The cards, what else? And what do you want to bet on? That I'll win. That's quite a possible outcome. I agreed calmly. So, are you afraid? No, I'm not. I'm just not big on bets where I don't like my chances. And you're not big on taking risk, too. Such an astute observation. I'm impressed. Right, then No, you're not. Now what? What do you want? I sighed in exhaustion. She was starting to annoy me with her rubbish talk about some pointless bet. If you won't bet with me, I'll tell everyone that you tried to seduce me. What? You heard me. I can imagine her doing this. Don't be stupid. Who's gonna believe you? I've been here less than 2 days. Besides, want to try your luck? What's the better bet to take? That people will believe her, or that I'll win in a poker game? There's probably more to lose on the not betting on the poker game thing, though. Right. And what will happen if I win? I won't tell anyone anything. And if I lose? Slowpoke mode again? I'll tell everyone you tried to seduce me. I told you already. So you're telling me now that I have to work to prove that I didn't do something when I actually didn't do it. If that's how you want to look at it, not a simple decision. On one hand, it was stupid to agree. I didn't know the rules and gambling wasn't my thing. On the other hand, she really could make my life hell. Then again, can I even trust her? She can do it even if I win. So, have you made a decision? I was going to answer, but then suddenly Lena came around me from behind. What? Nothing. Lena hurried inside. So? Fuck you. This is the stupidest thing ever. As if she's just... If I let her fucking blackmail me with things I didn't even do now, she's just gonna ride that shit to the end. No, I'm not gonna participate in your shady business. Sorry about that. You wuss. She struggled and went up the stairs. Before she went inside, she flung at me. Prepare to face the consequences. Consequences? What if I made the wrong decision? After all, she can really complicate things for me here. On the other hand, I just couldn't allow myself to be pulled into something so reckless. I let out a heavy sigh and followed her through the door. Inside everything was ready. A few pioneers stood there, chatting. The tables were moved out of the way to make room for players and spectators. I looked around. Something was going on in the far corner. When I came closer, I saw large pieces of paper with a diagram drawn on it. My name was among the players. And apparently, that's me. Despite me actually having a face in this, they can't actually give me a face in that. Okay, that's fine. I'll live with that. And who came up with all this? iPad Electronic was standing near. Well, of course it was your most humble servant here. He bowed to me jokingly, and that made me uncomfortable to the point of squirming. And why in the world am I among them? I was disappointed. A few seconds ago I thought I had some chance to evade this tournament. Then I wouldn't have to fear Alisa's revenge for not betting with her. But now that hope was gone. It was pure coincidence. Yeah, right, coincidence. Except that I was already acquainted with one of the contestants. While there was a few dozen other pioneers standing in the room, I was seized by anxiety. It's the feeling of being watched while standing in an empty room with no windows and doors. Will there be a prize? Oh, will there be a prize? I asked him lazily. I want to distract myself with a pointless conversation. Electronic was just about to answer, then Oyana came out of nowhere and started jumping around him. Prizes! Prizes! I heard something about prizes. It's not the winning, but taking part that counts. So you know something about the main ethos of the Olympic Games? Yeah, that makes sense. I remember that now. A what? No. You'll understand when you grow up. She made a wry face and jabbed Electronic in the ribs. So, what about the prize? Oh, goodness. Well, I don't know. It's not up to me. He made a helpless gesture. Really, if they came up with a stupid game, the least they could do is give the winner a chocolate medal or something. Oh, that would be cool. Oyana suddenly jumped and raced off somewhere. I wish I could be that optimistic. So, what about the rules? Wait a bit. Not everyone is here yet. I looked around the canteen. Alisa, Slavia, Yana, Miku, and Shirk were here. It seems like everyone is here. Not everyone. Zhenya isn't here. Why does he feel uneasy, or is it just me? She's not here, so what? Pick someone else instead. No, I can't do that. He answered slowly. I decided to not ask exactly why he couldn't do this. Well, go fetch her or something, I don't know. He can't go, he's the host of the event. The camp leader appeared, as if from nowhere. But Olga... Electronic whine. Semyon will go. Right, Semyon? She looked at me and smiled. Of course. Who else? Where is she? In the library, I guess. Okay. I dragged my feet towards the door. Please hurry. What's Electronic's problem anyways? Night is coming soon. I was going to take my time, so I slowly paced towards the library. But I found Zhenya before I even expected. She was sitting on a bench in the square, staring at Ginda, who was silent as always. What are you doing here? Everyone is looking for you. Sitting here, as you see. She frowned. Well, let's go. I don't want to. She looked away. Why not? I don't want to. I sat beside her. Why can't people give answers in this? Everyone's just like, no, I don't wanna. They don't actually explain themselves ever. Listen, I don't like the idea of this contest myself, but we can't let everyone else down. I surely didn't sound like myself there. A couple of days ago, I wouldn't even think of saying something like that. Zhenya looked at me with surprise on her face. So, everyone is waiting for me. Isn't that exactly what I said? Yeah. I won't go anyway. She frowned and hid her face. But why? I just stood with arms, wondering. I don't know how to play cards. So what? Same problem here. Then how can you play? What, you can only do things you read about in books or something? Of course. She was surprised. And what if you end up in Antarctica and have to rely on hunting polar bears to survive? Polar bears don't live in Antarctica. Zhenya smiled. Doesn't matter, it's just an example. Come on. It's not like someone's life depends on the results. She took her time to Wait. Does someone's life depend on the result? Oh my goodness, that's such a weird thing to say. She took some time to think. I just don't want to let anyone down. Right. I agreed sarcastically. You don't think anything funny about that? I don't get what she meant, but anyway, obviously everyone has their weak spots. In a minute, we were both back at the canteen. Everyone looked at Electronic. So, he cleared his throat. Each round consists of one game. In case of draw, you replay the game. After that, the loser drops out and the next round begins. Since the number of volunteers, he looked at me, since the number of players is just 8, we'll only have 3 rounds. Is everything clear? The crowd cheered. What about the prizes? The prizes, what are they? Ulyana, cut it out. Slavia stepped forward and tried to catch Ulyana.
I won't rest until the prize is mine. Yay! Seems like this girl had enough energy to warp jump to Alpha Centauri. Is that a Star Trek thing? It sounds familiar. Prizes, prizes! She repeated it over and over. Stop it. Slavia tried to reason with her. Electronics seemed to be getting dizzy from all this running around. Let's start already. Come on. I said calmly and added to Ilyana, or you won't get any prizes. Looks like my argument got through to her. So she took her place. Slavia followed her, giving me a graceful smile as she passed. The pioneers finally settled down. I approached the table that Lena sat behind. You don't mind? She looked up and blushed. Don't worry, I don't know the rules myself. How can I be sure that it's not only myself? I sat down. Turns out we'll have to play the first round together. Yeah. Fine Electronics started to explain the rules. Oh boy, okay. This is probably an excellent place to stop for the day, I think so. Other than that, I hope you're enjoying it. And drive safely. I'll see you next time.